Well, for the 46 days of Lent, one man gave up everything except beer. Jay Wilson has been drinking only beer and water, just as Bavarian monks did. Apparently hundreds of years ago, Wilson knows that his sacrifice is a bit extreme, but he's got plenty of support from his wife and his doctor, and his boss even let him bring a keg to work. Joining us now is Jay Wilson. Good to talk to you. Before we even get into this interview, I got to ask you, are you buzzed right now?
No, I'm fine.
All right. But I know that you have your first beer at 8 o'clock in the morning. Am I right?
Generally so, yes.
Generally so. And then over the course of a given day, how many beers have you been drinking?
Anywhere from 4 to 5. In the beginning of the experiment of the project, I was drinking 4 beers a day on the weekdays and 5 beers a day on the weekends when my schedule was less demanding, so I could get just a little bit more nourishment. In this last week and a half or so of the fast, I've gone ahead and bumped up to 5 beers a day for each day of the week, just for a little bit extra sustenance in the end.
So Easter Sunday is coming up, obviously. You've got a little bit more time left. You going to make it?
Oh, absolutely. I'd have to get hit by a bus right now at this point to stop.
After 40, 44, 45 days, whatever it's been. So I read, that you actually have a blog where you've been detailing and telling your story, which has been fascinating. And I spent some time this morning reading some of your blog posts, which I find very amusing. What gave you the idea to do this?
I don't know where any idea comes from. For me, it's just a matter of being a real craft beer lover. I've been a home brewer for 14 years. I'm really into that, the history of it, the culture of it. And so for beer circles, I think the story of the origin of the Doppelbock style of beer is just extraordinarily fascinating. And so, that goes back to the 1600s. These monks outside of Munich, they started that during Lent, they would sustain themselves on a liquid fast. And to make that a little bit more easy, they started to amp up the beer that they were already brewing. They had established a brewery because, one, economic reasons, and two, for sustenance. And during Lent, when they would fast 100% on liquid, they thought, well, let's put more grain in that grain, in the mash tun. Let's make a bigger, more substantial beer. Right. And so this is, one of the primary elements that sustained them through that 46-day stretch.
Jay, of course, this is a very...
And so I thought, I want to write a book. I want to write an interesting book. I think this is a neat story. Why not emulate this story and see what actually, what they went through, how things worked out for them? And so that's what I just decided I would do this.